Got a conundrum for LeBron fans. Gonna have to make a choice here, and it's not gonna be an easy choice. Does this basketball savant, a supposed GOAT who's been playing the game for 22 years, honestly not know that a kickball has to be intentional? Better get back on social media, LeBron, and passive aggressively complain. Ask your stupid questions. Why does it have to be an intentional act? Just asking. Imagine a game officiated where anytime you want there to be a violation on the other team, all you have to do is throw the ball at their feet. Did you think this through, LeBron? The game is live here, by the way. He didn't get back on D, and he's not participating in offense now. All to complain about that. The ref's like, I'm trying to officiate a game. Can you get out of the way? You're like blocking my view of the live game that you're not playing in. Let's take a look at the Lakers bench, shall we? And first, let's take a look at D'Lo. You guys tell me what D'Lo's thinking. I'm going to leave it up there for a minute, but honestly, we need a caption contest. You know D'Lo is just thinking, what did I ever do to deserve to have my career ended by LeBron James in LA? We got to take another pass because there is some expression gold going on here. Who do you want to start with? Who should we start with? Let's start with the assistant coaches. Oh, this guy. Really? Again? How old is he? This guy really thinks that was a kickball? Is that what he's saying? Is that what this diva is complaining about? He really doesn't understand the kickball rules? I'm empty inside. I just have to pretend this doesn't happen every single time I officiate the Lakers. I would tee him up if I weren't afraid for my family. The water. Yeah, I could put something in his water. No one would know. How come he spent $100 million on the front of his head and only $50 million on us? No, but seriously, Mr. Activist could have fed 3 hungry countries with the amount of money he has spent on self-glorification and narcissism, and fed half of the United States with the money that he has spent on beard dye and hair paint. Did anyone mistakenly think that he was incorporating defense into his complaining? No. The other team just got in his way as he was charging the ref. And he did. He charged the ref with no consequences. I'm just going to let this keep playing so you start to get a sense for how long this unteed up tantrum went on. And look at LeBron's position on the court. He's near the scorer's table still around midcourt. And pay attention to the Suns crowd. Hey, what do you think just happened? You know what just happened. And guess what? This is just like the last video I did. That's a 5-point swing on a LeBron James mistake. What's he doing? He's making sure the world sees that he didn't do anything wrong. This is on the refs. This is on the refs. Okay, back to the intentional kicking rule. I don't remember exactly when I learned that, but I learned it a long time ago. It's something that you learn when you encounter people kicking the ball and you go look up the rules. I don't see how it's actually possible for him to have not learned that at some point in his 22-year NBA career, which brings you to your other difficult decision. If he didn't know, he's definitely not a savant. That's not very intelligent. Which brings you to difficult choice number 2. If he did know and then behaved like this, what do you call that? What do you call it when your teammate abandons the live gameplay to go complain about something that he knows he was actually in violation of while the other team proceeds to score because his ego is so big that he needs to put on a show and make a stink to try and convince the world that he wasn't at fault here? Now we come to the point in the edit where I ask myself, how much time do I spend addressing the excuse-making nation of LeBronites? Let's start with this one. You guys pretending that Nurkic's worthless ass has the athletic ability to mid-stride kick a ball away. His goal is to guard Hachimura. Secondly, how in the hell is that ball possibly going to get to Hachimura? Look where Nurkic is. Like, that ball is going to hit Nurkic no matter what. It's not going to get to Hachimura. But let's just indulge excuse-making nation. That's who you people are. You understand? That's who you are. That's what you're about. Let's say that in a judgment call, running down the court, the ref thinks that is not an intentional kick. And the judgment call of the ref does not agree with LeBron's judgment call. You guys are saying it's okay for LeBron James to be so upset about a judgment call that he can quit on his team, charge the ref, not play defense, and skip half of the offensive possession immediately following, and go ahead and throw another illegal moving screen without getting called for it, and shove a couple of people. All that's okay. All that's okay because of a difference in opinion on something that didn't go LeBron's way. Now, this is supposed to be just about that one play, but I'm including the spillover because you just see how much he gets away with and the amount he gets away with while still thinking he can complain about one thing that didn't go his way. Whether you think that that was an intentional kick or not, you've decided that all of this other stuff is justified because of a missed call. Look at this. Look at the clock. Look at the clock. This is all immediately following that play. And look how many times he's attempted or actually successfully thrown an illegal screen and not been called. Bottom line was, that's a bad pass. Whether you think it was a kickball or not, the chances of success were very low. He threw it at the feet of the defender to where you're wondering, was that intentional or not intentional? Because he hit him in mid-stride of a run. So just take a little responsibility. The bare minimum you can do is hustle extra hard and try and make up for yet another terrible mistake that you've made. The least that the NBA could do would be to tee him up for rushing the referee, for constantly throwing tantrums, for constantly showing young people that this is an acceptable way for an adult to behave. Because when you don't punish him, and he does this, you are complicit in teaching those at home that this is acceptable behavior and he's not doing anything wrong. Leaving your team hanging is fine. Rushing and berating the refs is fine. Quitting on a play is fine. Not knowing the rules is fine. All of those things equal GOAT. Well, you can see why I break these down into just one play. That's nearly 9 minutes of talking about that one. And boy, last night's game gave me probably a week's worth of editing to do. So let me get to that. Show me your support, people. I appreciate it.